So I was just I was just watching a video. It was an interview with Plan B. Have you heard of Plan B on Twitter?
Yeah, he's probably one of the most well-known Bitcoin analysts, I'd say.
Yeah. Just basically just got like a logarithmic chart, and he bases it loosely on like gold and silver, and it's like supply and demand chart. So it predicts that there's going to be like the rainbow pattern of Bitcoin, and it goes up. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It's so I get asked a lot of questions about, I can see the breakout, I can see the momentum switch, I can see where the trade is going. What do I do next? If you can see it and you're saying you're ready, take the trade. And it's almost like they're saying to me that I want to cross the road, but there's a lorry coming. I guess they're waiting for my decision as well. They're going, until I say take the fucking trade. And one of them went wrong the other week. So the challenge was, stick $100 or £100 on that trade, and I want it to lose for your sake. And they were like, you want me to lose money? I went, yeah, I do. So it was on Ethereum. They took the breakout, and I can't remember if this was before FTX or slightly after, but I said, look, this is why I said £100, not 1,000, not 10 grand, is that if you can't get it right with £100, then the £100 is your psychology. If you forget the amount of money you're trading with, and you can get it right, then £1,000 becomes applicable, because you can get it right consistently, even if you make $10 on £100.
Yeah.
And then you move to 1,000, and then later on you move to 10k. When you have got £500,000 in the bank, and you can afford to put a £5,000 position on a 10x or whatever, that's when you do it. You get to that threshold first. You don't go backwards and risk higher. So yeah, he's now taking a couple of profitable trades. And I think one of my biggest problems as well is because I'm sat here every day watching it, you lose yourself. I think this is why I was sending you so many messages. I thought if I at least talk it through on a message somewhere, then I can see my own mistakes. But I mean, I'm doing all right. I'm just not doing as well as what I should have done. Yeah.
I know that I'm always aware of the mistakes I've made, after I've made them, which is not helpful. But I think for me, definitely that revenge trading thing, I need to get a control of that. If I lose if a trade I put in and I get stop loss or something bad, I'm immediately wanting to jump back into a trade.
Yeah.
I feel like I always want to have a trade on the go, and it's probably just a level of addiction, to be honest.
Well, I had 2 good trading days last week, and I took Wednesday off. And I have to tell myself, whether you've had a bad day or a good day, rest, because you can't be in every single trade. If you was in every single trade and you were profitable on every single one, you wouldn't need to trade, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be sat at your desk making all those trades, because you could just sit there like CryptoFace. CryptoFace can probably do 3 trades a month, and he doesn't need to trade again. And that's kind of the position where I want to be at, rather than taking every single trade. But yeah, it is. It is.
I think one of the things I get kind of stuck on is I don't want to miss. I feel like I'm missing, a big pump or a big dump, missing those opportunities, and I kind of forget that, there'll be another one.
There'll be loads.
And there'll be loads, and just because I've missed one or missed one big one, it's just I can't let that keep affecting me.
Yeah, that other trade's coming back up on the 15-minute, slightly even.
Are you long or short at the moment?
I'm shorting, but the momentum's not quite there.
Yeah.
Just did, because I obviously trade the 15-minute, but I think the other mistake I'm making as well is I'm catching everything on the 15-minute, but then I'm dropping down to the 5-minute because of anxiety, because I want I want the trade to go back up. When you lock in, I think I did something like I can't remember if it was £750 or £850 closed profit the other day, and then I lost 50% of it, nearly 50%. When that happens, that's where your revenge comes in, but I didn't realise I was doing it. So I went, right, took another crossover on the 5-minute instead of the 15, and it beat me up, and I was like, oh, fucking hell. And then 3 trades, and only small trades, 3 small trades later, another 150 or 200 quid. I was like, I'm nearly back to where I started on Friday. And then I've had a few good closing trades over the last 24 hours. Just like, ugh. And then I took a small, I think it was a buy trade this morning because the market had come back up to where I closed last night, and the EMAs were open on the 15-minute, so I thought, right, okay, it could carry on going back up. Took that, lost, I think it was like $15-20, and then took the sell trade, and that's pretty much break even at the minute. So there's no momentum, so if I close this, I might just say, right, that's it for the day. But two neutral trades, let's say, so far. I want, I keep saying it to myself, I imagine, because this is what I want, I imagine words around the room, and what I wanted was like little laminate words, so that I can stick one on and say, there's no rush, take your time, patience, discipline. Just have those as little reminders, because I know it's in there, but just have those as little reminders. Right, okay, patience. And there'll be thousands of trades left in my lifetime, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not about taking all of them, it's about taking the good ones. Yeah, that bounce the other day really caught me, because I was flying.
Well, there was a bit you messaged, you were just like, I'm long, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just jump on that, and then literally within like a minute later, it just went whoosh, and I was like, fuck!
Yeah, I think, what was it, 15... Yeah, because I said to you, if I close this trade anywhere below 15,500, I don't need to place any more trades for the rest of the week. I've done really well. And then it shot back up. I was like, fuck. Yeah, I missed that. That was, and again, crossover on the 15. I would have took the red candle, 3.29%, and then on a leverage, that would have been a cracking trade.
Imagine having a short, like a big short, highlight, like a good leverage on that. Just.
I know all of the news was happening in that week there. So what was the Tuesday? Tuesday the 8th was when they asked for help. Yeah, there you go. So around there was when they asked for help for from Binance, which was the crossover on the 4-hour.
Yeah.
And I made a ton of money down there. But what does that say on the 15-minute? Let's have a look. Right, so that was what was doing. So this was the 15-minute chart. So this is kind of what I'm in at the moment, something like this around here. So we've had a good pump up, we've had a bit of a crossover, and then in a sell trade. So unless it comes back up to where I got in, so the crossover. So I'll go back to the current time in a minute, but I've got something like that drawn in. Let's say we've come up. It's not accurate, I'm just kind of mimicking what I've done. That's black. So this is a similar pattern to what I'm looking for now, is that if we stay below the entry where I got in, I've got no reason to close until maybe there's another crossover, which is obviously in this case it's one of these 2 points. But if it always remain below that line, there shouldn't be any panic. That's what kind of I need to remember, is that if I do what the chart tells me to do, i.e. if the red's below the blue, stay in a sell trade. If the red's above the blue, stay in a buy trade. You never need to close until this crossover is imminent, right? It's absolutely sure that the red's above the blue, and then that's where your profit is. So then if we go to this, very similar thing. I've got no reason to close that trade below my entry, and that's my selling entry there on the crossover.